Dear viewers, as you see, I am currently back home for a little bit. And, you know, while I was flying back from Japan to Luxembourg to visit my family, a few things have happened. And one of those really good things that has happened is a certain website has launched. And now, some of you know that I do play the Pokemon trading card game on the side. And if you know what I'm talking about by mentioning Pokemon in a Vanguard video, then you already know what we're going to talk about in this video. In Pokemon, they have a certain website called Limitless. And Limitless basically lets you look through, let's say you can press on tournaments here, right? And you can look through all the tournaments that have happened in terms of most recency and basically just check everything, right? You can look at decks and then see like which decks are topping and which decks have a certain share of the meta and stuff like that. And you basically get to, like, you know, you press on an archetype and you get to review all of the deck lists that are available too, which is crazy, right? And for many years this site has always existed, and I've always wanted this for Vanguard. I've always wanted this site to exist for Vanguard for like the years that it's existed, and I'm very lucky to say that thanks to our good friend Fuzzy Paradox, this now exists for Vanguard. So to me, this is literally the happiest site ever, because Fuzzy has created a site called VG Limitless. So it's literally VG Paradox, not Limitless, that's the Pokemon one. VGParadox.com, VG-paradox.com. He's made one that literally looks at all of the meta he starts from this season, so basically this BCS season / the WGP season in Japan. And I think he wanted to, I was watching Maxime's video about this, and he said that apparently he will also be doing stuff for BRO and the BSF season, so everything for 2022. But this is so cool because you basically can, let's say, like, let's click on, I don't know, BCS Singapore, right? BCS Singapore, you get the meta pie chart, you get the share of the pie chart that lets you show the entire thing of like which decks topped where, you know, in the top 8. And then if there's names or usernames, you know, they're written down here and which decks they used. And then if the deck list is present. So for example, the top 4 here, they have deck log links. And if you press them, it will just pop it up. So let's take a look at this lyrical list that was in first place. And you literally just click it. Let's say yes to deck logs cookies. And there you go. The Letitia list that came first place. So you get to just review it instantly. It's just available, right? This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, this is so useful. And then, you know, if it's not available in Decklog, you can check it on Twitter. And of course, you know, you can only have so much data that is provided, right? Take a look at the V Premium one, right? Because you can take a look at the same event in the different formats. V Premium, Glendios took it, and then Steam Maidens, right? That's such a nice way to just review the meta and see and find deck lists that you can use. Look at this. You just find the deck lists and use them. You get yourself lead representation. You look at Premium, and you get to look at everything as well. Especially for Premium, this is super useful, right? You get the clan logos and everything to check the actual deck names here as well. And I think if we click on, for example, Nightmare Dolls, you'll be able to take a look at what Nightmare Dolls Premium looks like in terms of its tops. So this is all the tops with Nightmare Dolls throughout the season for BCS, right? So you can see it goes all the way from August in BCS Houston all the way to Singapore, where it got first place on December 10th, right? So you get to review everything. If a deck list is available, you can click on it, and it's super cool, right? And you basically see like this deck has total 10 tops this season, and then it came first once, top 4 times, top 8 5 times, right? Like, this is such a useful piece of information, like piece of, like, I don't know, like source of information even, right? And here, for example, for standard, you can, let's take a look. We have global and Japanese. So for me, I live in Japan, so for me the Japanese meta is more interesting. So we can take a look at what Youthberg builds look like, right? We click on Youthberg, and this will show the deck in English has 1 top so far because set 7 just came out. And in Japan, it has 61 tops with 7 first places, 22 top 4 finishes, and 32 top 8 finishes. And here you can see all the teams that have brought the deck. So here is like WGP Finals. You had 6 of top 8 teams bringing it. And then you have WGP Tokyo. All of these teams brought it as well. And you basically can just like look through it, right? So it's crazy to see how just how awesome this is. Like, honestly, it's just so great. It is so great to see how awesome, like, being able to review all this information is. And honestly, just huge shout outs to Fuzzy. Like, I don't know what we can do outside of sharing this website, what I can do to like help support it, because there's no like there's, from what I know, there's no ads on the site. There's no like Patreon or anything. So if I could, I would. Like, honestly, if you want to see how scary Ebisu looked, you can just click on Ebisu here, and you can see like the deck has 36 tops despite being out for like a month and a half, right? So you get to just basically review everything here, and it's crazy. So for example, this was by decks, right? And then you can go by like tournaments. So this was like BCS 2022 and the Deluxe Championship Series 2022. So for me, I played in the Deluxe. Let's take a look if my top is in here, right? So I topped in Nagoya. So I was in Block A, and there we go. Haribin Fighters, that is the team that we topped under, and here is my EVA list that we topped with. So I can click on this to just pop it up, or I can just click on here to see how Eva's been doing. So in English, she has 15 tops. In Japanese, she has 13 tops. And so this only counts the official tops, right? So here, you know, the very beginning was myself and LS Family, the other team that had it as well. So it's so cool. It's so awesome to be able to review this, right? It's like so sick. And they have a ranking page as well. So this is only for BCS. Fuzzy, if you need help getting Japanese players' names on here, or, you know, because you like all the teams do have like the player names next to them as well, I can help out. So you can take a look, like for example here, Asia Oceania, Derek being number 1 for this BCS season, having 8 tops, 2 first places, 1 second place, 2 third places, and 2 fourth places, and 1 top 8 is crazy, right? So you can just like review the players per region, and he has is it just a top 50? I feel like it might just be top 50 because putting everyone in here might be a little difficult. Yeah, it goes to top 50 for everyone. So it goes down to people with 1 top, right? So he still managed to make it to this like Hall of Fame of like top 50 players of the region per season. And so it's just so cool to see how like much data and information there is on this website. So honestly, give it a look. Link in description. It's also really cool here. You can see the top 10 decks for each format per language. So Premium and V Premium, of course, aren't really played in Japan on an official capacity, so that's a bit different. So, but you can see here, top 10 Premium decks in English. We have Vanquisher, Rising Greedon, Beatrice, Toolbox, Chaosbreaker, Thavas, Dieliner, Nightmare Doll, Highlander, Steam Maiden, and Eradicator for this season. And then here you have for V Premium, Steam Maidens, and then a bunch of others that cannot do much. And then for standard between global and Japanese, of course, you can see like it was in 5th here in English, in 9th in Japanese in terms of total tops, and Youthberg of course has the most. I think if I click on it, you can just see like it goes to the decks thing, and you can just see the most topping decks, and it's crazy. Like this is honestly really sick in terms of all the data that Fuzzy has put up on the Paradox website. So give it some love, check it out. You can go through all the events. I think he's going to also be doing more stuff on some other stuff, Legacy format, G format, some other stuff, so make sure to check it out. And also has the most recent tournaments as well. I wonder if there'll be a tab at any point for like unofficial stuff too, like CSs, because in Japan lately there's been CSs with a lot of players too, which of course let you just to see more of the more recent meta for like set 8 for example, because set 8 in Japan will not actually have any official events. It'll be just CSs. So that's a way to capture that meta that otherwise would not be possible. So hopefully there's also going to be space for that. But honestly, just super cool. Give some love to Fuzzy. Check out the Vanguard Paradox website. I'm not sponsored or anything to do this. I've seen that a lot of other content creators have been doing this. And to me, this is like the most thankful thing I could ever... Like I've been asking for someone to make this site for Vanguard for like the last 5 years at least. And honestly, I thought about doing it myself at one point. And I'm honestly super thankful to Fuzzy. And if there's anything I can help, especially with like developing the Japanese side of the site a little bit, I would definitely be very much inclined to support it. So give it some love, check it out in the description. But otherwise, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the Paradox website, because I'd love to hear your thoughts too. But anyway, that's it for me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.